Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Jai
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram
Hari Om Swamiji, audio is not.
Okay.
Okay, Swami.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram Om do this intense study on the speaks is that spirituality with all its different facets is introduced by Papa in a very, very, very simple way. So when we take up in-depth study of IQG, whatever doubts that may crop up, probably it might be solved by an intense study of the Speaks Ramdas. So when there are about 16 small chapters, and we will see now, we have not brought out the contents. we have brought out the essence from each chapter and also culled out from Papa's various other teachings. So that in one go we should be able to have an overall picture of spirituality as introduced to us by beloved Papa. Is that clear?
Yes, Swami.
Now we will go through one by one. I hope it is clear. The
Screen is okay,
Screen.
Swami. Yes, Swami.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The world we live in is a school in which observation and experiences offer us immense possibilities for self-improvement. Nay, the world itself is the Guru or God. Now this we must have often heard. But spirituality is brought to the normal workaday life. When we start from our house to the working place, when we get up in the morning and go to the kitchen or to the kitchen garden, when we get up in the morning and go to the various social activities, we have to pass through so many things by the time we reach the destination and involve ourselves in activity. We have never thought that it is a school. Now Papa introduces us. The moment you get up, what you see is a school. You don't have to go to anywhere. You don't have to seek for any place. Whatever you want to gather, I have made it available to you through in the form of the whole Prapancha universe. Whether it is a road, whether it is a dry leaf, whether it is an automobile, whether somebody is walking, some animal is crossing, when you hear the sound of aircraft on the air, when you look at the sky, wherever you see, we are not slowly trying, no? We are not looking at a flower as a flower. We are seeing the creative power in the particular plant bringing out the beautiful flower before us, the beautiful fruits before us. It may be for a small period, because our mind will be preoccupied with the activity that we are going to involve. Still, Papa says, the world we live in is a school in which observation and experience. So when I go to the office, I may have to meet with so many types of experiences, Now I take it, just like I go to ashram or to temple or to a Mahatma, that everything is there for me to learn. I try to understand, yes, God has put me in the office now. God is making me to observe the ups and downs as defined by me. For learning, for refining, for tuning myself with Him. Beautiful. The first quotation itself links us to the world outside. The world we live in is a school in which observation and experiences offer us immense possibilities for self-improvement. Nay, the world itself is Guru or God. Now these are the 16 chapters. You know the history of this book. Sometime during late 50s, one devotee took the pains of collecting all letters written by Papa from different devotees, out of which he must have gone through and compiled certain words of wisdom of Papa. And there were no computers on those times. Everything has to be done manually. And you can well imagine the entire thing is typed out on a sheet of paper. And there are so many, more than 100 and odd. And the categorization should take place for enabling people like us to just, absorb the theme. So, cogent, it should be cogent, it should be presented in a way so that, we don't feel any disconnect. Just imagine. And that is how they have classified or categorized it into 16 chapters. Starts with aim of life, ends with the new world order. I must have some clarity on the aim of life. Intense aspiration is necessary. Namasmaran aids. Guru shows the path. Certain self-denial is necessary. And when we involve in our work, there should be some attitude which will go along with the theme, along with the ideal, and how to convert the work into a seva, and then also to develop an attitude of surrender. When we go through that, we have been given reasoning also. So every now and then it may come, though it is helpful on many aspects. It becomes a hindrance at certain level. And so we get the warning. The reason should end, then only intuition stops. Intuition is the best guide, not reason, for inward journey. And of course, we have to be conscious of His grace. And then we should have some idea about God realization. The moment we say God realization, it is an all-encompassing love, absence of otherness. One example is Gopi's love, where the individual gets drowned. And from there, some warnings to sadhakas. And then again, human progress and unity. That means, how to, again there is no division, there is no barrier, there is no divide between spiritual and worldly life. Everything is spiritual. The mind has been trying to put a barrier, put a divide. That has to be totally demolished. And then finally, when the individual goes through, when the sadhaka goes through all these 16 steps, he himself becomes a person of inspiration for a new world order. It has been beautifully brought out. So first let us see aim of life. The cosmic power expresses inwardly as life force, awareness and intelligence, and outwardly manifests as the whole creation. It is the very substratum for the whole creation. It is not merely in holy persons and places that we should feel this power. We should feel it in one and all, everywhere, even in the marketplace. To realize this is the sole purpose of life. The three words which we have taken out from outside the book life force. Easy for everybody to understand, When you say Brahman, Atman, very difficult for us to conceive. We still make it as different from us. But the moment the word life comes, we all have some idea about life. It is not an object, it cannot be seen. But it is there, we know. That is why these words are coming from this person. That is why these words are heard by all of you. That power. Papa has brought it down, to our level. Not big words. Life force, awareness, intelligence. It is because of the intelligence that, the laptop has come out. Because of the intelligence, the dongle is working, wirenet, internet. Anything that you name, anything that has come out, smriti jnanam apohanam, jnanam. Everything is He. Everything has come out from He. He has also given us the intelligence to know this. So inside He is there as the life force, the awareness. I am there. We often repeat, on the dead of night of the Amavasi day, when there is pitch dark and you are alone sitting in the room, you don't need anybody to inform you that you are there. You are there. You know that you are there. That knowing principle, awareness, which has been with me, but I am not aware. But on that particular day, at Amavasi day, I can understand, I can realize. When nobody is there, I understand, I am there. Nobody else need come and tell me that you are there, you are sitting there, you are looking there. It has been with me. So life force, awareness, intelligence. These are the 3 steps through which we have tried to enter into the inner kingdom. Because they are all intellectual, agreed. But with that, we help. Suddenly we stop. Our intellect stops and try to experience the life force. Experience the awareness. Experience the intelligence. And then we open our eyes. We see the entire creation before us. Same thing, if it is there in me, it is there in everybody. And also it is the substratum. So far we have been trying, whenever we make a mention about God or spirituality or religion, we try to rush up to certain places. Necessary. Initially it is necessary. We go to Mahatmas, it is necessary. But later on the Mahatmas keep on telling us that go within and find out. That we have forgotten. So now that Papa has taken to this stage, he says, it is not merely in whole, not that we are there deleted, We were so far limiting the spirituality to holy persons and places. No, now we expand. They are also there. We don't belittle their importance. We don't belittle their relevance in our life. But at the same time, we are unknowingly limiting ourselves to those places and persons. Now it is slowly, the bonding is released. Everywhere is seen. So we should feel feel it in one and all, everywhere, even in the marketplace. Normally, there only the me and mine predominates, So in the first chapter, he brings out this. So this has to be realized. This is the purpose of life. To realize him inwardly as well as outwardly. Aspiration. It is futile to seek peace and freedom in the external circumstances of life. True freedom and happiness is an inner state which we acquire when we are in tune with God who dwells within us. For this, what is needed is a keen aspiration to realize the cosmic power or truth of God. Let the kicks and knocks of life be the turning points to direct us toward this power. Intense aspiration is necessary. We know that intense aspiration is necessary for anything to be achieved. The same formula has to be applied for knowing him, realizing him. And here it is an inner state. When we have intense aspiration to bring out something, invent, discover, innovate, mentally we have clear-cut objects. And we try to gather all the necessary ingredients or what we call raw materials, then by permutation, computation, then by trial and error method, we try to improve from one stage to another, one stage to another, one stage to another with perseverance, patience, commitment, and finally we achieve the goal. So in our inward journey, no material is there excepting what is supplied by the mind. So there we try to retain something, reject something, and we should have perseverance, patience, commitment to know art. Suppose we take it up as life force. We try to go our science when we were students, and we have been told about the heart, about the breathing, about the lungs, you remember? The pulse, the digestive system. How the five sense organs gather stimuli from the sense objects, and how through the five organs of action we react or respond, either based upon our own experience or based upon what is told to us, like that, so many things. So we use all those things for our inward journey. And when we find it is troubling us too much, we try to take to Nama chanting. We will take it up next. How it helps us. So what is this? In aspiration. The first was aim of life, that is very clear. Inwardly he is in the form of this. Outwardly he is in the form of this. Not to be limited anywhere to any place. He is there everywhere. I must realize this. This is the aim of my life. And to reach this, transforming these trying situations into love and devotion towards this power will sustain our aspiration. So, normally, kicks and knocks, he makes us to go through so that the predominance of me and mine gets reduced, which is needed. Here, the me and mine is to be eliminated. Later on, we will find. First, we are trying to tame down. Otherwise, it comes and stands before us at every time. So that is why he gave us kicks and knocks. So, first of all, we should know it is futile to seek peace and freedom in the external circumstances of life. We have seen in our life, nothing is staying. Everything after some time it fades. We don't need anybody to come and teach us. Our own experience teaches us. The true freedom and happiness is an inner state which we acquire when we are in tune with God, who dwells within us. For this, what is needed is a keen aspiration to realize the cosmic power of truth or God. Let the kicks and knocks of life be the turning points to direct us towards this power. Transforming these trying situation into love and devotion towards this power will sustain our aspiration. So here we take the inspiration from Papa's words in the first chapter. How he was able to direct the whole thing, towards the Namasmara. Divine name is the key which can unlock the gates to the kingdom of immortal peace and bliss. It is greater than any philosophy of the world. So when the me and mine is dominating or over-dominating, we don't find any other method by which it can be controlled. So we take to chanting of God's name. And then with the feeling that we are chanting the name of one who is seated within, and he is making us to chant. When the moment we try to assert that he is making us to chant, the domination of me and mine becomes slowly reduced. Oh, I have no role in it. No. He is making us to chant. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. He is making us to chant. So that is why Papa has beautifully brought out this particular word. Divine name is the key which can unlock the gates to the kingdom of immortal peace and bliss. We are chanting the name of one who is seated within. What is he? He is peace and freedom. So we are unlocking the gates. It has been kept locked for centuries together. We have before us the aim of life. We have the aspiration, but still we find there are some blockades to attain my goal. So I use this key and enter into the inner chambers. Suddenly you find nothing else is there. Peace, 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 peace and bliss. Kindly think over this. Previously we were chanting, no doubt. But we never thought it was one lock. Probably we can say in a lighter vein, we were standing before the door which is locked and the key is within us. But still we are chanting and waiting outside so that the door will be open. Suddenly Papa says, key is in your pocket, open it. No, I don't have a key, please open it. You have the key, open it. He is telling us from within. Immediately we search, we find the key. And then when we open, the divine name is the key which can unlock the gates to the kingdom of immortal peace and bliss. It is greater than any philosophy in the world. And along with the chanting of the name, free flow of love for him. Because when we say peace Another word is love, absence of otherness. The moment we look inside, when we see that, and we turn out, we see the same thing outside. This is our litmus test. Whether when we chant, whether we get a taste of that immortal bliss and peace which has been locked within, and also love toward the entire creation. So then I come back at the individual level. I can definitely feel. This is what the name gave me. So I will again try to go inside with the same key. Because the moment I look at the creation outside, the door gets locked again. So again I have to come and open it. I find joy. So now we know that the real test is not only that we become aware that it is He who is making us to chant, the predominance of me and mine is reduced, but also the love, the real love, the giving space to every creation in our mind. Suddenly it gets filled in with the presence of everything inside. So whether we sit inside or outside, whether we look inside or outside, everywhere the same. That is the one which the name guarantees. Namasmaran. Guru. Guru is the awakener of the dormant spirit of the aspirant. Links the aspirant with the cosmic power. Until we met him, we were not aware. Our mind has been forming lot of concepts about God or the spirit. But the moment we are drawn by, when He makes us to go to a spiritual preceptor, a Guru, through Guru He touches and kindles the dormant spirit, which has been lying dormant, I was looking here and there for that. Suddenly He says, don't look out, inside, inside, inside. And links the aspirant to the cosmic power. This power, which is within us too, comes in the form of the outer Guru. Suddenly we realize, Guru and God are one, After the outer Guru has been able to touch and kindle the dormant spirit in us and links us with the cosmic power, we realize, oh, that power has taken me to the outer Guru. So the outer Guru is a form of this power to guide and lead us. Without reaching the depths of the inner reality represented by the outer Guru, we cannot reap the full benefits of association with him. We should not get stuck with the form. That is his meaning. He elaborately discusses about it. He says Guru's grace can be won by not merely adoring his body and serving him, but also by looking upon all beings as his expressions and serving them with an equal vision. Previously, we were thinking that adoring him, serving him, that will give me the everlasting joy. No. I must see him in all. That is why Papa once said, Papa Mataji is everywhere, God is everywhere, you are everywhere. You, God, Papa Mataji are one and the same at the level of spirit. Renunciation. Everybody gets a shock, But here, what is renunciation? Eliminating entirely the idea of I and mine in our heart is true renunciation. Papa is not asking us to leave everything and go. But in our heart, we must have this clarity, eliminating entirely the idea of I and mine. We must try. Now that it has been made clear to us. Yet running away from day-to-day duties is not renunciation. What is needed is the right attitude to action. That is, freeing ourselves from the sense of doership. Doership, enjoyership, sufferership, whatever you call it. And detaching ourselves from the results of the action. For example, whenever we have to give away something that we received from someone else, we should have the same attitude that we had when we received it in the first place. And the time is now 4:36. Half an hour we have taken to go through 5 points. We don't want to make it as a intellectual exercise. So we will stop it now and then again recap and connect ourselves with our original line of in-depth study of IQG. Now you want to know the rest of the portion, we will take it up tomorrow. We don't want to complete any portion. There were 5. We will just close it now. There were 5 points, placed before us for our intense study. What are they?
Aim of life. Aim of life. Aim of life.
Good.
Aspiration.
Anything from that point?
The sole aim of life has to be understood.
3 points.
What are the 3 points?
Intelligence, awareness,
Life force.
Everybody is keeping quiet. This is a very important thing. Aim of
Life force. Nama is awareness, intelligence.
the aim of life is to realize God. It is inward journey as well as outward journey. When it says it is inward journey, you have to practice, you have to understand life force, awareness and intelligence. And you should have intense aspiration to do the sadhanas and aim the realization of God. Outwardly, you should see that God everywhere, in each and every person, love towards entire world, entire creation. And when you practice this inwardly as well as outwardly, you will be able to at least experience God within you. It is more love and affection. Yes. When we say life, we would like to bring some more words of Papa so that it might throw more light.
Life force and awareness.
Life is in reality universal and Atman behind it is cosmic and super-cosmic. Because he is at once immanent and transcendent. Life is the expression of the Atman. Though seemingly two, they are one. Life has manifested itself as the multitudinous forms that comprise the universe. It is the one universal life, power or Shakti that controls, guides, actuates all movements and activities. So, this is how he presents about life. Life is in reality universal. And the Atman behind it is both cosmic and supra-cosmic. Life is the expression of Atman. And though seemingly two, they are one. Okay. Now we come to awareness. He says, you are the watcher and the mind is watched. As you begin to watch the mind, it will gradually cease to be. The witness or awareness alone is there. The thought forms disappear from your mind when you stand apart from thoughts. Witness consciousness is Atman. Awareness has come there. When you dissociate yourself from the mind in meditation, you will realize you are the self. If you practice like this, thoughts will cease to rise. Eventually the mind will be extinguished. You are then the radiant awareness of the self-illumined Atman. So this is how he introduces the awareness. Even when you are taking care of anybody, you are doing so by his power and intelligence. Even when you are taking care of anybody, you are doing so by his power and intelligence. Everywhere the intelligence, it is behind the scene working. That is why creativity comes there. That is why perfection comes there. That is why equanimity comes there. That is why the real purpose of Satsang comes there, like their memory, everything, It is a play given by the intelligence. Think about it. He is there in the form of, that is why we are in a position to make so many things, to handle so many things efficiently, to learn so many things quickly, to memorize certain things and make use of it at the appropriate time. That is what is called intelligence. All creature comforts are the forms of intelligence. So life force, awareness, intelligence. These are all the stepping stones through which we try to enter into the inner kingdom. Previously we had so many ideas. Papa is slowly clearing one by one. So again we are back. Yes, tell me.
And how people say intelligence varying, Swamiji, intelligence varying degrees in every Swamiji. Intelligence, so control
try to understand the intelligence we have now. Why immediately we think about others? Because it will not help us. We are trying to think about the intelligence within. Buddhir buddhivadamasmi. I am the intelligence of the intellect. Tejas tejasvinamaham.
So how do I have intelligence, Swamiji? How to what probe inside?
We are talking now because of the intelligence, The words which we have heard, we have been able to stitch together, weave together, and bring it out. Bring it out in the way in which it has to be brought out. Whenever you get up in the morning, whatever you have done, intelligence plays behind it. And then that is why, and then you keep on bringing new one. When you see something new, you try to learn. What is that? What is it that makes you to learn? What is it that makes you to persevere? These are all stepping stones, We will be able to bring out so many.
Yes.
Papa brings it out in this form in different books. We have culled out all these things because easy for us to understand. It is not a tall talk or a big word. It is something that is connected with our daily life. Life force, awareness, intelligence. Then,
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
We have the key to open up our inner. We have not enjoyed the.
We have not experienced. We have not experienced.
Swamiji, intense aspiration. When we have intense aspiration, he makes us understand the key is with us.
Correct.
Inner peace, Swamiji. Inner peace vanduttile
intense aspiration vartha. We find out, what is to be done, how to go move about. We have done so many things. We have met so many gurus. We have done bhajan. We have done Rama. We have done this. We have done that. We have read so many books. Still I am finding something is missing. So that means we are searching for the key. So Papa gently comes and whispers, He is within you. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Open it. No, I am chanting it, but you have not opened. You are standing outside the room, and you are still chanting, that's all. And what is this key? Key is that He is within me. I am chanting the name of one who is within me, and He is making me to chant.
Swamiji, one question. All these are taken from which book, Swamiji? Is it Thus Speaks Ramdas?
Mainly.
But that is a very small book. See, Swamiji, this is the book. Swamiji, this is the book.
Yeah, correct.
Is it? No, but the same points are not here in this.
Some words.
Okay.
Some words.
Swamiji, intense aspiration இருந்தாக்கா நம்மளுக்கு அவரே காமிச்சு கொடுப்பார் அந்த அப்படிதானே சுவாமிஜி?
ஆமா அவர்கிட்ட சரணாகதி பண்ணா அவர் காமிச்சு கொடுப்பார்.
சரணாகதி பண்றதுக்கு உண்டான பக்குவம் அது அவரே கொடுப்பாரு இல்லையா? நம்ம ஆஸ்பிரேஷன் வந்தாக்கா
நம்ம கேட்கணுமே. அதான் அடுத்தது வெறும் குருன்னு வரும். குரு என்ன சொல்றாரு? ஆமா. அதுக்கப்புறம் வெறும் என்ன ரெனன்சியேஷன் வரும். அதுல என்னத்தையாக நான் களையணும். இதெல்லாம் ஒண்ணுக்கு லிங்க்ட் ஆகும்.
Swamiji, I was about to ask, what is the need for intelligence when there is total surrender? We don't have to think or...
You don't have to. But the thing is, when the total surrender takes place, what is total surrender? To put it in blunt words.
Yes.
The me and mind.
Realize.
Me and mind completely gets obliterated.
Yes, Swamiji.
And there won't be anything, there won't be any why. Whenever anything happens, we will not question why.
Yes.
But the questioning, the naming, the labeling, entity is nowhere at all.
Yes,
that means he recedes. The sense of individuality, the me and mind recedes.
Yes.
And then what happens? We cannot say now with the me and mind.
Yes.
But there are
totally
moments. Yeah. But there are moments in our life also when the me and mind recedes for a short time, and we get a thrill or a joy, inexplicable joy. A wonderful bhajan, a wonderful Ramnam session, a wonderful sight of a Mahatma, for a trice, everything gets stopped. Your intelligence, your awareness, your mental inquiry, everything gets stopped.
Yes.
And he touches and then
And one more thing, Swamiji, I wanted to ask. In Tamil, we casually say Manasachi. For everything we say, act according to your Manasachi. That means Manasa, it is witness consciousness. We have been using it so casually without realizing how important it is.
Manasachi like pesrane,
very casually.
Oneness. Manasachi is the oneness. Humaneness. Ultimately, we say humaneness is brought out by the word Manasachi.
And that witness also teaches what is right and what is wrong. It guides us.
Suppose once words or thought, words or actions are inhuman, we say, Manasachi is gone. That means on the spiritual level, on the spiritual point, touch when he came up. What is common in all that has not been touched. The me and mind is so predominant.
Yes.
So in this journey we will find, from throughout IQG we find, this me and mind is not there. Acceptance is everywhere. Renunciation is writ large. Aspiration is clear. Nama chanting goes on in the way in which because of his meditative Nama chanting. And he was clear about the goal of life. So we try to stitch so many things together. Every chapter we can find, oh yeah, it is there. That will help me, that will help me. So far we have been reading the Speaks of Ramdas. Chapter 1, there are so many points. What is in you? Suppose you take the decoction, the essence. Then you will find the microcosm is the macrocosm. One word, So what is this microcosm? You are God. He says on the first page. You do not know that you are God. How are we to understand? So that gave us, the push. Elaborate. When we are stuck with the word God, we may not be able to go with Him. But we need something else. So when you go through the first page, you will find that. Simply, the individual is the universal, you say. How am I to know? The moment I come to know that I am the life force, I am the awareness absolute, I am the intelligence absolute, then I come to understand that there is no individual here. Both the individual and the universal are in me. So that is how we were prompted to do them. At least at the superficial level, when we go through that book, we may not be able to connect ourselves much. But an in-depth study is necessary. It's a pocket-sized book. So with this, we might be able to derive more and more meaning. Not necessarily what is discussed here. There may be many more inner meanings, which we have unknowingly not given importance. Yes, then, anything else?
Swami, Papa வந்து லைஃப் பத்தி ஒரு 4 சென்டென்ஸ் சொன்னார். லைஃப் இஸ் த எக்ஸ்பிரஷன் ஆஃப் காட். அது மாதிரி வரச்ச லைஃப் அந்த பாயிண்ட் புரியல. சம்திங் லைஃப் வந்து இட்ஸ் 2 பட் இட் இஸ் 1 அப்படின்னு ஒரு சென்டென்ஸ் வந்தது.
The life is the expression of Atman.
ஆமா சம்தி. இன்னொரு பாயிண்ட் வந்து லைஃப் we say it is 2, it is 1 ன்னு ஏதோ சென்டென்ஸ்.
Life is universal life.
இன்னொரு பாயிண்ட் சம்தி.
Though seemingly 2.
Life is the expression of Atman. Though seemingly they are 2.
Though seemingly are 2, but one.
Life is in reality universal. That means the life in me is the life everywhere. You also need, I also need. Like that. Just think, the same air we breathe, the earth on which we stand, everything is same. So he says, life is in reality universal. Because in the first page he says, microcosm is the macrocosm. Individual is the universal. How are we to understand? You also breathe, I also breathe. Your heart beats, my heart beats. You have the digestive system, I have the digestive system. You have got about 200 odd organs, I have got 200 odd organs. I interact with the world outside with mind and intellect, body, mind, intellect. Yes, you also do the same thing. Slowly we try to understand. There is a force behind it, no? There is a power behind it. Otherwise, when are we going to come out of this cage? So he says, life is in reality universal. The Atman behind universal. And the Atman behind it is cosmic or supercosmic. Behind it is cosmic or supercosmic. And because he is at once immanent and transcendent. Life is the expression of the Atman. And though seemingly 2, they are 1. Life has manifested itself as the multitudinous forms and comprise the universe. It is a one universal life, power or Shakti, that controls, guides, and actuates all movement and activity in all beings, creatures, and the things. Individual existence apart from the universe is unreal. So I cannot separate myself from the universal. So whenever we are alone, suppose we try to go with the help of Ramnam inside with these thoughts. Slowly the dominance of me and mine, that will get reduced. The me and mine is dominating only because of the presence of that power. The moment we become aware of that power, me and mine will not completely go, accepted. The dominance. Everywhere we will not say, I know, I can handle it. I need this, I need that. All those things, slowly we will find it is getting tamed. That is why Papa said this, individual is the universal. Microcosm is the macrocosm. That is why in the initial stage we made a mention that we have not called out the same thing from the chapter. But when we go through the chapter, whatever he kindles, he touches and kindles, that has been brought out. So that book is instrumental in making us clear. We are not going to limit ourselves to the words expressed in that. But those words have a knack of touching and kindling us to so many things which are unknown to us. Then, anything else?
Only the I and the superpower between the me and mine தான் hindrance. அது அந்த I கிட்ட தான் வந்துருக்கு.
Finally நமக்கு எல்லாம் தெரியும், அதான் நம்மளோட blocking point.
But அது
தொடங்கறதே வந்து நிற்குமே இல்லையா? நம்ம suppose when we try to close our eyes and try to go within, you can watch how it comes unknowingly and takes us away through the mind. அதெல்லாம் இருக்கட்டும், இது மஸ்ட் முடிப்போம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு it takes us on. We are carried away by whatever the mind says. Never it is permitted. So what we have to do is, when we intensely chant Ramnam, this prayer should go along with it. Make me to unlock the doors. So far I have been chanting. I get some joy, that's all. But you can't say everlasting joy, because then it should be everlasting, The moment I stop also I should get it. But I am not getting it. Something is blocking. Then Papa says, unlock. How can I do that unlocking business? First, to reiterate that I am chanting the name of one who is seated within me, who is peace, happiness, bliss, who is creativity, who is life force, who is awareness, who is intelligence. Like that we something. And that power is the one which is making me to repeat.
இந்த பவர் தான் அந்த me and mind வரதுக்கும் காரணம். அலோ பண்ணிருக்காங்க சில சமயம்.
அத கவுண்டராக்ட் பண்றதுக்கு நாமம் தான், ஆட்டிடியூடோட நாமம்.
பட் அது நிக்கிறதுக்கும் அன்லாக் பண்றதுக்கும் அந்த பவர் எப்போ நினைக்குமோ அப்பதானா, இல்ல அந்த
இல்ல He is always with us. Even in the midst of so many activities, we close our eyes, takes the pen, lock open பண்றோமே. But he is with us. Whenever what is to be taken, we open the locker and take it and use it. Similarly, even in the midst of so many things, suppose we get a 5 minutes break, immediately we can try to connect us. We remember the Guru's face. He made us to connect ourselves with him, with the Lord within, who is seated within. Another device we will find out, some device we will find out. By this exercise, it should become clearer and clearer and clearer. That's all. So that our attitude towards chanting, our mental background while chanting, everything gets improved. And we know now, the key is within us. He is with us, within us. And we will definitely open. At times, we are searching for the key. At times, even if the key comes, we find it difficult to open. Somewhere the me and mind poses some problem and, you can't open it. So like that, you keep on thinking about it. I will open. And what is there? The moment I open, I find absence of otherness, peace, stillness, silence, bliss.
Swamiji, the key is in the lock itself hanging and it doesn't know when to open.
Correct. We are not seeing it.
Yes. Hari Om.
So now it is already 5:02, okay. So let us make use of all these 5 points first. And let us giving importance to Ramnam, to unlock. And we will try our level best. And tomorrow we hope to see you again. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram. Om
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai.
Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Pranam Swamiji.
Swamiji's health is okay.
Pranam Swamiji.
Hari Om Swamiji.
Swamiji.
Hari Om.
Pranam Swamiji. How is your health, Swamiji?
Health
How is your health?
much better.
Hari Om.
Hari Om Swamiji.
How does the body look now? See, clear go. Yeah. Very fine.
Hari Om.
Hari Om Swamiji. Hari Om Swamiji. Hari Om. Pranam sir.
Pranam.
One and all.